42-year-old Garry Connery, British stunt coordinator of such movies as Batman, Bond, Harry Potter and Indiana Jones, stands at the open door of his helicopter 2,400 feet above Henley Upon Thames and contemplates his life or death decision, because Garry wants to be the first person to deliberately jump from an aircraft and land without using a parachute. Filmed in 3D and HD with specially designed lightweight cameras, Ultimate High follows Garry from his home and family in England.
We're not the most normal of families. It's always been part of us that he always wanted to be able to land without using a parachute. Fingers crossed.
To testing revolutionary wingsuits during high altitude jumping in Florida. From climbing tortuous ice-covered mountains in Italy.
I'm scared of just being here, I just want to get on with it.
To the most dangerous base jump in the world in Switzerland.
I need to be the first person to land a wingsuit, not just because I need fame or I think it's going to bring me fortune, but for me it's just a personal issue and an achievement, something that I'm pushing for, so it's very personal.
When he's not risking his life for the movie business, Garry relaxes by helping his wife Vivian run their cafe.
I'm not satisfied with just running a coffee shop with my wife. I thoroughly enjoy the experience of it, but I want to be pushing myself to my limits. I'm actually quite a shy person, believe it or not, and it's a struggle for me to go to people in the coffee shop and take an order, because I don't find it easy just talking to people that I don't know. I find it much easier going off and pushing myself personally. That's where I find my peace, is in me achieving something for me.
Garry's adventure starts in Florida.
Welcome to Skydive City in Zephyr Hills. This is where I've come to start jumping my wingsuits and doing some testing.
However, our program is more than just Garry preparing for the big jump. It's about Garry Connery, the loving husband, the caring father, and what drives him to risk his life and his family's happiness for a dream. Garry's plan is to fly in a wingsuit, but not use a parachute to slow him down. However, wingsuits are designed to fly fast, up to 100 miles an hour. Can Garry find a wingsuit that will slow him down? For his practice jumps, Garry will use a parachute. So there will only be one attempt at a non-parachute landing, the day of his big jump. There's only one person who can help Garry, and that's his friend Tony, the world's leading wingsuit designer who lives in Florida.
I think we're ready.
Tony has a team dedicated to making wingsuits of various designs and modifications for Garry to try out.
All good? This is the new suit from Tony. First flight, Tony. Hope it goes well. I'll let you know. Well, hello. Welcome to Rive del Garda. We're now in Italy. This is Lake Garda. The reason we've come here is to do some base jumping. Base is an acronym for building, antenna being an aerial, span being a bridge, and earth, cliffs. What we've got here is the earth side of things. About 15 miles north we've got a cliff It's about 3,500 feet, and that's going to afford us about a minute of flight time, which is fantastic.
Base jumping in Italy does not go to plan. Bad weather has made it frustrating. With only 2 jumps in 5 days for Garry and our aerial cameraman Mark Sutton.
Leg movement to deploy. You'll go left, I'll go right.
What do you reckon?
I don't know, it's really closed in the last, well, just as we're driving up really. The snow's looking pretty heavy.
Bottom line, we either park up and walk, and in this, do you know what, I'd call it, I'd go back down.
I know, it's really frustrating. We've been here for what, 5 days, and we've got 2 jumps. Wind's dropped off, which is good, but it's, you know, it's going to be an hour hike up, it's going to be wet, it's probably going to be icy up there still. Is it really worth going for it?
Well,
maybe it's worth taking a rain check today or a snow check and coming back tomorrow.
yeah.
On the last day in Italy, the weather improves.
Well, I did give you some. That's for your feet. You didn't say you could put them in your glove.
So we've now arrived at the top. It's taken us, well, bang on an hour to get here. During the summer you can do it in about 40 minutes, but in these conditions it's a little bit tougher. But what a view when you come over the top. We've now got to drop down here, we have to use a rope.
But the conditions are still very dangerous. Slippery, icy.
So we're getting real close to the exit point now. I can feel my emotion building. I'm scared, if I'm honest. You can do this over and over and over again, but each jump has its own story. Each jump is different, and I think on the day that I'm not scared is the day that I should really turn around, walk away and hang my gear up and not come back. This is scary. Even just getting to the exit point in these conditions is scary. So I'm pretty much set to fall off the cliff. If I went like this, I'm confident I could still get to my pilot chute and deploy safely. So I'm not carrying more than I need to. I haven't got anything actually strapped to my arms. I could lose the helmet at a moment's notice if I needed to and get my pilot chute out and still land safely. So always thinking about safety and how best to do things and what is your get out plan. I hate this height. I'm looking down, my legs are shaking. But standing here waiting, I'm scared of the height. I'm scared of just being here. I just want to get on with it. 3, 2, 1, go! That was beautiful. That was a great jump. How was that for you?
Oh, it's all over you, mate.
Well, that was beautiful. Like I said up on the edge, standing on the edge is the frightening bit. As soon as you go into that and you start doing what you've planned to do. That fear's gone, you're so in the moment. There's nothing else to think about. The visuals are amazing. Just seeing the cliff rush underneath you, that was incredible. We've arrived here in Unterwasser, Switzerland. We've been jumping in another valley in Switzerland in Lauterbrunnen, but this is basically where I've come now to really nail the final part of my training.
Switzerland is not for the faint-hearted. Once they are past the funicular railway, the cable car and the tourists, to reach the jump zone, they have a long, difficult walk through deep snow and avalanche-prone ice shelves.
We're not going to rush our exit, but we are sort of getting a wiggle on to get to the exit because the weather's come in and the walk in, it was snowing. Ideally we want to get off before it really sets in. Maybe it's going to rain lower down, who knows, but it's better that we just get on with it and get off, but without rushing it. Right, I'm off safety.
Garry needs to practice close proximity flying. He chooses the notorious crack, considered too hazardous to attempt in the winter months by other flyers.
3, 2, 1.
Possibly the most dangerous base jump in the world. Where the mountain sides are so close you could almost touch each rock face as you fly by.
To me, that was something beautiful. Tony, you are a magician. This is a magic carpet, without a doubt.
Henley Upon Thames, England. It's jump day -1. After waiting 6 frustrating weeks for the weather to improve, and just when everything seems okay, the wind gets up and blows Garry's carefully positioned stunt boxes across the landing zone. It's Garry's last practice jump before his record attempt. His chute twists, he loses control, overshoots his landing point and hits a tree. At last it's jump day.
Here we are, we're in just outside Henley on Thames. As you can see, a totally humbling experience of having all these people come down, people I don't know, probably 80 to 90% of these people I've not met before this morning, and they are making this happen. I'm doing my bit, Mark's doing his bit, but none of what we're doing is worthwhile without all of these people.
The wind has dropped, but tension is high. 6 months of training and years of dreaming. Will Garry Connery be the first person to deliberately jump from an aircraft and safely land without a parachute?
So people very often ask me, how does my wife think about it? What do my family think? Family are totally supportive of it, and they're backing me 100%.